Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I'm back doing your October 2017 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Capricorn. And I am back using my regular Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puimula, and I may pull another card or two from one of my other decks. Thank you guys so much for being amazing, loyal subscribers and diehard fans. I really appreciate the love and support through all the changes on my channel. And yeah, if you'd like to support me, you can click on the links in the description box to either GoFundMe or Patreon. You can send me a donation via PayPal through that link is on my website, oracledaphne.com. If you'd like to get a private reading, I'm still offering private readings, so definitely hit me up for private reading if you haven't had one, or if you want to do another one. My policy is that the way I schedule is basically I take payment. If I see a payment come through and then a client emails me, then it's very easy to schedule. And that's basically the way I do it. So I wait to see a payment come through first, and then I wait to see an email from a client saying, "Hey Elizabeth, I'm available at such a date and time. I live in London or whatever," and I go from there. So let's see what we get for you guys. This is the second time I'm recording this horoscope. The first time, the energies were really intense, probably too intense. Sometimes if an energy is too intense or too dominant or whatever, it's very challenging for me as a reader to sort it through and to process it. I feel like specifically there is a message for those of you who are married and or have had a long-term boyfriend or girlfriend, that there's going to be some infidelity issues towards the end of October. And for those of you who haven't had any infidelity issues, to me it's just a divorce or breakup, and that's at the end of October. And really it's going to create kind of like this domino effect of negative energy that you're going to have to sort through for a period of time. And I feel like those people that are single, I don't feel like you're going to be going through this energy. I don't feel like it's really that energy. I feel like was specific to certain people that have been in a relationship that's needed to go for some time. And this is nothing new for Capricorn. Capricorn, I feel like it's almost like the same message, which is another reason why I decided to reshuffle and re-record, because I feel like that energy has been going on for some time, and most likely the people that are watching that it's going to apply to, they're in a very unhealthy relationship, and there's a chance that even if they do break up or get a divorce or whatever, they could get back into that same pattern, because it feels like it's an old argument. Also, there's something old about it. So it's like there's something that's needed to go. That relationship's maybe needed to go for some time, and it just feels, like an old argument. But anyways, let's just jump into the new spread and see what I get for you guys, and see if any of the energy is different. This is so bizarre, because the Tower is showing up in the position of your attitude, and I have reshuffled. I've been shuffling this entire time I've been talking. So it's almost the same exact spread, almost, with the Tower in the position of attitude, the Queen of Swords as the outcome. That's you. Capricorn ladies, that's you. Could be also Aquarius females. I see the Queen of Swords as someone who's born in the winter time. Sometimes Pisces, or just someone who's really bitter. The outcome being bitterness for a lot of you. And to me, it is. It's almost like the same spread. It's the same story. And for those of you who have had the same story go on in relationships for a really long time, I don't feel like I'm telling you anything new. This is nothing new. It's the same story. It's on repeat for relationships. That's what I'm seeing. Now, focusing on those of you who are single, and maybe looking to date, I feel like some of you may be dealing with someone who's a little bit scared to get into relationships. You also may be dealing with someone who's going through divorce, or dealing with someone who's in another relationship, or just coming out of a relationship too. Capricorn guys, I feel like some of you, there's a lot of work-life balance issues. And because you have the Juggler in the center, you know, Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles, dude, can be a lot of different people. So, you know, you could be, you know, in a relationship to this guy if you're a guy. You could be in a relationship to this guy if you're a girl. The Two of Pentacles guy can represent someone who's got more than one girlfriend or more than one boyfriend. And it's not, to me, it's not always a Capricorn. A lot of times it's someone with a lot of air in their chart, because he's a juggler, and he's got the air thing going. So Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But I've also seen him as being a Taurus, Virgo. I've seen him as being a Capricorn. He can be pretty much any sign. So you may be talking to someone who's kind of doubled up, or you may be unaware that someone's doubled up. Even if you're single, you may be around this person. This person might be around. I feel like the story for some of you singles is falling for someone who's, you know, maybe in another relationship. For those of you who are single and looking to date other singles, I feel like you're blocked by a bunch of other issues. I feel like it's kind of a roller coaster ride. Your love life is kind of a roller coaster ride for those of you who are single. I cannot tell you, singles, that you are going to live happily ever after in October. I feel like you're going to go through a period of time where I want to say you're trying to figure things out. You're trying to figure things out, just trying to get your shit together. Singles, I feel like you may be focused on health. You may be not feeling the best. You may be very, very tired. You may be sorting things out. That's what I want to say. Sorting things out for yourself. Focusing more on yourself. I do not see any guys coming in for the month of October for Capricorn single ladies, which concerns me because I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just not showing up here. And if anyone does show up, I mean, there are a few cards that show up for some guys. It's almost like some of you may sleep with someone or have the hots for someone, but it's not like that relationship is going to produce results. That's what I want to say, results. It might not produce results of a relationship. So my suggestion would be to examine every person that you're talking to and be critical. That's what I want to say. Be critical, Capricorn. You know, don't just like sleep with anybody. I feel like some of you may be sleeping with multiple people, and because I'm seeing different cards here and there's different scenarios. Some of you, you're hooking up with, you have like a friends with benefits kind of situation. And others, you're hooking up with or sleeping with someone who kind of, it's a revolving door. So it's like, you might not see them for periods of time and they come back. It's a revolving door type situation. So it's just like, it just doesn't feel like clear or clean cut to me. It feels like kind of like, if your love life is active in any way, it doesn't feel free of obstacles. It feels like there's it's like there's issues and challenges to even having a relationship. And my guide said that you're settling. My guide said that you're settling maybe for something that's not ultimately what you want. So I would think very carefully about what it is that you want, Capricorn. Capricorn singles, Capricorn single guys. Capricorn single guys, I feel like you are not over the past in some way, and like you're well into your bachelorhood. Capricorn guys can really be like the ultimate bachelors. They can get really bogged down into work. When they're in a relationship, it's very hard to get a Capricorn to stop being in a relationship, because once a Capricorn discovers that they have feelings, then it's just like the floodgates are open, you know. So it just feels like there's not enough romance from what I'm seeing in this spread. To me, romance in your life is pretty much dead. So you need to re-examine what romance is for you, and then go and and do it. I feel like romance, for a lot of people don't know what romance is. Some people think romance is sex, and that's not the case. Some people think that some people are not emotionally available to have a romantic conversation. And some people use romance to get laid. So I feel like for some of you, your focus is very, some of you, you're very sex focused. And there's some sex cards showing up. Got both the Ace of Wands plus the Ten of Cups. Some of you maybe, I want to say traveling to meet someone, or going someplace to meet someone and hooking up. You could also be, to me, it just feels like you're hooking up with a random person. Some of you, again, it's a friends with benefits situation going back. It just does not feel like ultimately that it's not what I want to see for my clients, for you. You know, you may also have like a fantasy crush, you know, on someone. So you may go and see someone that you have like a crush on. To me, it's the hardest to read for Capricorns, because Capricorns do have a lot of challenges and tests, and it's not very clear. It's very clear for a lot of you that you want sex, but it's not very clear for those of you who want more than just sex. You're not clear about how to go about it. It seems like you are lost. You're lost. It's so interesting. I look down and there's the moon, and that's crowning you. To me, at the beginning of October, some of you may feel a little bit lost, Capricorns. You may feel a little bit lost. You may feel a little bit confused. You may be confused about a specific person. We do have this Knight of Pentacles situation. Some of you may be staying out too late at night, or driving late at night, or, you know, staying up too late at night. Some of you not sleeping. There also may be someone around you who's not sleeping, or just staying up, burning the candle at both ends. It just feels like some of you really need to get some clarity about what it is that you want. The Moon card is also shade, or lies, deception. And again, going back to the toxicity of some relationships out there, people in some really toxic, heavy relationships, which I don't really even want to address too much. This is what's going on. It just, this energy of the toxicity, and there's a lot of fears and doubts, and just like even depression. For some of you, it's depression. It's serious depression. Some of you are depressed over a certain person too. It's like you're depressed over a certain person. Maybe things have not worked out with you and a person. Maybe you're depressed because, you know, there's a person in your life that you're interested in, or that you like, and it's, for whatever reason, it's complicated. You got the Strength card twice too, showing up. on a positive note. Strength card twice, which is very good because it means that you're going to have the strength to get through anything that's like comes up that's like an obstacle. But for some of you, it may feel like you just have so much to get done and you don't have the time to get it done in. And you're kind of running around for periods in October. It could be end of October. There's an element of travel that's showing up twice also. The Fool's showing up twice later into October. For those of you singles, I feel like this is more singles, but it could be for those of you in a couple as well. The Fool to me is travel, planes, trains, automobiles too. Driving around, driving to different places. Financially, I feel like I'm just gonna say this. I feel like for most of you, your love life needs work. It needs the kind of work focus that you put into your job. If you are putting in like even a fraction of the focus that you put into your job, I want you to think about Capricorns are very work focused, guys. I mean, serious. If you put even a fraction of that focus, you're going to have a better love life than you do right now. But right now, your love life needs work. It needs cleanup. It needs serious shoveling. Like, it's just, the shit is so deep. That's what I'm seeing. And, you know, for those of you who are very much, you know, trying to stay focused or stay on track, okay, the outcome is success. I do feel like despite your love life, the element of finances is very good. There's going to be a lot more abundance at the end of October. And I feel like some of you are in a cycle of where, you know, maybe you haven't had money, maybe you had money in the past and maybe you lost it. And I feel like you're going to get it back. That's what I want to say. You're going to get it back. Then I feel like some of you have completed some karma with money. Any financial losses. Any, I'm getting a tingle on this. Any setbacks that you have had with money or with career, it's going to be rectified. It's going to be changed. It's not going to be like that forever. It really isn't. I do feel like some of you are going to be going through what I would call lifestyle change. My guide said like a lifestyle change. So if you've lived in the city, you're going to end up living in the country. If you live in the country, you might end up living in the city. Some of you, maybe who live in the country, you might move to like a new location in that area. Or you might even go to a place that's even more country than if you live in the country. Like you might go to live in a place that's kind of like in the middle of nowhere, you know, for some of you. It feels, and you're going to be happy there. I actually feel like you're going to be happy there if you do go there. And you may just be thinking about your lifestyle choices towards the end of October, very much. You know, during October as well. It's not like it's not like this is set in stone here. This energy, it's just the energy of like, what is your lifestyle like? What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? Are you the person that wants to, you know, have a family and settle down and live in the country? Are you the person that doesn't want to have any kids? Maybe you're gay and you get married and adopt and live in the city in like apartment or something like that. You know, I mean, it's just, what is the lifestyle that you want to live? For everybody, it's going to be different. And I feel like you're going to be kind of reevaluating where you're at, because for whatever reason, what you want might not match your surroundings. So like, say you're living somewhere, some of you may decide you don't really like where you live anymore. Like you've decided, you know what, I'm just going to take off. I'm just going to leave. There is a feeling of like wanting to run away or wanting to get away. Some of you, it's like a feeling that's so strong that's like you're going to feel like you kind of want to get in your car and go somewhere. I'm not sure like what the overall energy is for Capricorn, why this would be, I guess, with that is what I want to say. I feel like overall Capricorn kind of plods ahead despite any setbacks. They just kind of keep going, and they take a deep breath after it's all over, and they tell these crazy stories of going to the post office and talking to 7 people, and finally they get their package, and it's just like that's the Capricorn life, you know. You should get a t-shirt that says the Capricorn life, you know. Other people that have it smoother sailing, you know, they take it for granted. You know, they just go to the post office, they pick up their package, it's no big deal. You know, that's just not how it is for Capricorn, though. So, I just feel like at times during October, you may be re-examining your lifestyle. Very much. What's worked for you, what hasn't worked for you. If you feel like things are working, or if you feel like things are not working. I want to tell you, whatever cycle that you're in as far as relationship needs to change. That's number 1. Number 2 is if you felt, again, you've had it really hard or rough with finances, that is changing. So that's something you don't have to change, and it's just going to kind of, I mean, obviously Capricorns always kind of need to work on things, so it's not going to hurt you to look for a job if you're trying to get a job. It's not going to hurt you to apply to different things, but it's like a cycle that to me it feels complete and has ended, or is ending, and you're going to feel a lot more, I want to say comfortable, and a lot more blessed. There's going to be more blessings as far as your abundance levels, because I'm seeing this fruitful abundance. My guide is showing me like a bowl that's like full of fruit that's kind of overflowing. So for some of you may be very blessed in general with career, with business. I see a lot of people getting together almost like Thanksgiving. It's interesting because this is like October video, and it feels like it's almost like Thanksgiving for some people. There may be some level of abundance or something that you get that allows you to provide for others. Maybe it's making, you know, your family a nice, really nice dinner. Or some of you, it's like taking your family out to, you know, like on a really nice vacation or a cruise or something really, really nice. Others, it's just going to be like the level of abundance that you've had is going to seem like slim pickings compared to what it's going to be in later into October. That's what I want to say. Some of you are, we got a couple of insurance policymakers and negotiators that are watching. You guys got the insurance policymakers and negotiators card, and that's the person that wants to negotiate with the universe. Like the example I always give is, you know, I'll leave my partner if I know there's going to be a Mr. Right after that, or I will leave my, you know, job if I know, you know, there's going to be another job after that. So it's like they need some kind of reassurance and security. It's very interesting. I was thinking about this today. Some people find security in the material, and others find security in relationships, in love. I want you to ask yourself the question, what is it that you find security in? Message me in the comments below. Let me know, what is it that makes you feel secure? Is it a job? Is it money? Is it a partner? Is it love? What is it that makes you feel secure? Because I feel like everybody, it's going to be different. And that's my question to you guys. Some of you really want to get pregnant, and there may be a surprise pregnancy for some of you who maybe aren't planning on it. My guide has said, especially if you're older, like if you're an older Capricorn, this is a pregnancy. Capricorns are late bloomers. So, you know, those ladies who think they're over at 45 may not be over, you know, and those guys may, you know, who may be in their early 60s may have a huge surprise, you know, huge surprise. Some of you do love cooking and baking, and this card has come up before for you, and that's going to be, it is one of the things that's coming through that's actually going to be a joy to you, and make you happy. So it's so interesting. I was getting showed the food earlier. Some of you may be like a chef, like, or a pastry chef, or do something with baking or cooking. You may be developing your own products. You may be in like product development or some, I want to say product development at a company where you're, developing or testing food. You may be a foodie. I'm totally a foodie. So I'm seeing that. If you do have a family, I feel like you may be moving the family to another place that's local, close to where you live, or you may be contemplating a move. That's local. I feel like it's going to be local. There is a thing about longer distances though too. So some of you may end up moving at a long distance later down the line in time. I don't feel like it's necessarily going to happen in October. It's probably going to happen later in the year. Some of you do need to move on from a person that maybe you had hopes for, and you need to know that there is. It's so interesting. I was talking about negotiating and needing to know. You need to know that there is going to be a person that you're going to be with, but it just feels like right now might not be the time. I feel like you are focused on other things. You need to, like I said, refocus. If you put the energy that you put into so many other things into your love life, you will have a relationship, period, end of story. I feel like there's nothing wrong with your sex life. I just feel like there's something wrong with the relationship sector in what's going on. And when I say wrong, I sound like a bad. It's just like, it's not long-term relationship stuff. So, you may have like a hookup situation, someone that you go and you hook up with, someone that, you like. If you do meet someone new, it's going to be a blended family, or it's going to be a situation that's not like the ideal situation, especially if you have kids. They may have kids. You may end up getting married or into a relationship with someone who does have kids, and it's not the ideal situation. I want you Capricorn singles especially to focus on what your ideal situation is. I want you to message me in the comments. What is your ideal situation? And what are you settling for, I guess? What are you willing to settle for? That's the question. And I feel like I've talked about pretty much all the things that are on the table here. So there's a lot that's going on with Capricorns. Hopefully I deliver the messages in a way that you guys, resonate with and understand. Make sure you're watching your rising as well as your moon sign too, because there may be other things that come through there. I wish you guys all the best. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up. Definitely helps my channel, as well as click the subscribe button. And I will be back again for more. So stay tuned. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.